There are 89 different companions in Disney Dreamlight Valley, and that's not counting the notable companions or the companions that you can get in the premium shop. That is just all the companions you can feed and collect inside the base game and the 3 expansions. And they all want and need very different things, which can be a lot to remember. So in this video, we're going to be breaking it all down to where this is your one-stop shop in order to have all the information you need to collect them all. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? My name is Lakin, and welcome back to our little zoo here, where we play a lot of life sim and management games like Disney Dreamlight Valley here. And in today's video, I'm here to help make your Dreamlight Valley experiences just a little bit easier, because there's a lot going on in this game pretty much all the time. So how we're going to break down this video is we're going to divide it up amongst game, starting with the base game and then going through each of the 3 expansions we have so far. And then in that section, we'll also focus on each of the different critters one at a time and discussing what they need to eat, what they do whenever you have them, how to obtain them, and different things like that. There's going to be timestamps in the description of this video, as well as there should be like in the bar where you can just easily click through, and it's just going to be divided amongst like squirrels, sea turtle, pegasus, bee, goose, things like that. So if you need different ones, you can just click and jump around in this video. We have a lot of critters to discuss. We have a lot of critters to get through, so let's go ahead and get started by focusing on the base game of Disney Dreamlight Valley. So in the main base game, we have 8 different realms. And as we can look at this map here, we can see all 8 different ones. We can also see literally all the different pop-ups on my map. It kind of looks like a chaotic mess, but just ignore that. Instead, focus on the 8 different biomes like Frosted Heights, Forest of Valor, the Plaza, Peaceful Meadow, Glade of Trust, Dazzle Beach, Sunlit Plateau, and Forgotten Lands. And each of those biomes has a unique critter for us to feed, hang out with, collect, and so on and so forth. Before we get started talking about our very first critter, I first want to discuss some other things related to critters, and that is where you can see your collection and how you can equip them. So if you go into your collection tab, you can see right here, companions. And you can see how many you have collected out of 100%. I have 53 collected so far. When you click on here, you're able to see your notable companions, which are companions that we've seen from Disney movies. Those are often purchased from the premium shop, but the ones we're focusing on today are these animal companions. And you can see I've collected 32 out of 59. And here you're able to look and see which ones you have. As you can see here, I pretty much have all the squirrels except for the white squirrel, as this white squirrel is grayed out, which means I do not have it yet. And helpfully here on the collector's guide, we can see that this red squirrel down here, it's level 5. I've fully leveled up this companion. Their hangout bonus is to give you extra items when foraging. They can be found in the plaza, and their schedule is all day. As well as this scary squirrel has the same things, but where to find it is not in the plaza, it's actually with a quest reward. And then here for this white squirrel, this could help me. For the schedule, it says not here today, so we're gonna have to come back another day if we want this white squirrel. And don't worry, I'll let you know the schedules for all the critters when the time comes. But I wanted to show you this page. You can kind of get a look at where I am in my critter collecting journey. These are the ones for Dreamlight Valley. You can also see them for Eternity Isle, Storybook Vale, Wish Blossom Mountains, or you can see them all combined right here. And then if you press I to go into your wardrobe and press the companions here, this is where you're able to equip 2 different companions at a time, any 2 that you want, and just have fun with it. Now, if you have 2 companions and you don't want them anymore, just press on them again for a second time and it will get rid of them. Another thing that whenever it comes to critters and having them as companions that is important to know is that you'll be able to use them in photo mode that I will show off with each critter, but let me show you how to get access to where you can pose properly with your companions. So if you'll go into your tool wheel bar and select the camera, click into it, open the camera up, go into either this POV or this like free camera POV, whichever one. And you can see in this pose section where we can do all these different poses. We can also pose with our tools and different things like that. There is one right here that has a little human and a paw print with it. If we click that one, then we can see our 2 companions that are equipped right now. Right now I have Hey Hey and Max equipped. And if I click on Hey Hey, this will automatically pop up a pose with Hey Hey and me. And it will kind of just go through a various of different animations with me and Hey Hey. Same with Max. So Max actually has 2 poses. He has this pose or he has this pose. And this pose right here is pretty cute. And maybe I want the pose, but I don't really want Max. Max doesn't fit the photo, but this pose sure does. I can turn my companion off. So my companion is no longer visible, but I am able to still see my pose that I'm doing. So I'm just interacting with an invisible Max here. And then lastly, when it comes to companions and things like that, having companions equipped is a great thing. I love being able to run around with my squirrel companion or Max as a companion and things like that. But sometimes what the companion bonuses offer is not always what you want them to do. You don't want them to fill up your pockets with flowers or sticks, or you don't want them to destroy your decorating because it looks like actually you're decorating with those resources and you don't want them to be picked up. Maybe you have your beach scattered with a whole bunch of fish and you don't want to have any of your companions that pick up fish to pick up your hard work in all that decorating. Don't worry, they have a way to turn this off. So if we go to settings, go to gameplay, here is the companion pickup settings. Right now, I keep mine on collect anything because it's fine. It's not that big of a deal for me. But my valley is not that much decorated just yet. If you only wanted them to be able to pick up items that are currently in your pockets, select carried items. So that way they will look in your pockets and see if, okay, this flower is not in their pocket, so we're not going to pick it up. This fish is not in their pocket, so we're not going to pick it up. Or you can just straight up tell them no collecting at all. Now, you can't turn this on specific companions. So if you're running around with a sunbird that wants to collect flowers, you don't want them to do that. So you mark this no collecting. And then you move over to working with a sea turtle because you want their help with collecting fish. You would have to come back in here into settings to mark it to where they can pick stuff up. Otherwise, it's just going to stay on no collecting. So this is a very helpful thing that I'm glad they have, because otherwise our decorations could be messed up by our lovely little critter friends, and we don't want that. Not at all. But now that we've gone over the very basics of critters and where you can see your progress and how to equip them, let's go ahead and discuss our very first critter. We're going to start here in the plaza, and the plaza is essentially where we start off. It has the entrance to the castle, and mine, I've designed it to be a bit of a plaza area with a bunch of houses and shops. And oh, right there, I don't know if you can see them, but right there I can see a black squirrel coming right up to us. but we're gonna need food for this black squirrel. So let's go ahead and get some raspberries and go over and feed them. Now, how to approach a squirrel. Pretty much, squirrels are gonna be the easiest animal for you to get and to approach and things like that, because all you have to do is kind of just run straight up to them and you're able to instantly feed them. Now, squirrels have a bunch of different things they can eat. They're very simple. They like pretty much any fruit you can get from a bush or a tree inside of all of Dreamlight Valley. And if you only have the plaza unlocked, that will be raspberries and apples. You can feed them either of those things and they will love them. So let's go ahead and feed our squirrel right here a raspberry. And as we can see, they liked it and they dropped us an item. Now, the first time you feed a critter for the day, they will drop a gift, and that gift is very dependent on what type of food you feed them. Now, we fed this squirrel a liked food, so they dropped a dreams shard. They also could have dropped a memory shard or some oregano for that liked gift. But say we wanted to get something a little bit more special and have the opportunity of possibly getting a motif bag from our little squirrel friend there. Then we have to get them their favorite food. And their favorite food can be found inside of Remy's here. Their favorite food is actually peanuts. So let's go ahead and buy a thing of peanuts and see if we can find another squirrel that we haven't fed already and give them their favorite food. Now, you can feed critters that you find all around as many times as you want. But the first feeding of the day for each individual critter is the only one that is going to count towards getting gifts or towards progressing to try to add them to your collection and to get them to run around with you. Now, it looks like the only squirrel we have right now in our plaza is this one that we fed before, but let's go ahead and feed him again. Now, you can see right here that we have already fed this squirrel. So we've already fed this squirrel for the day, so it's not going to give us anything. This isn't going to count towards our minimum feeding requirement in order to get them as a companion for us or to give gifts to us. But we'll still do it for fun. We'll still feed them the peanuts. And for squirrels, you need to feed them 2 times before you can equip them and have them run around alongside you. So if we didn't have a black squirrel already in our collection, we could come back another day that black squirrels are available, feed them a food that they like or their favorite food again in order to add them to our companion log. Now, when it comes to squirrels, squirrels can help you with foraging. So if we attach our squirrels here and we run over to where I keep all of my trees and bushes throughout the valley, they can help us. Now, you need to make sure your companions are level 4 or higher in order to do this, but as we collect these, you can see that they are going to be dropping different whatever I've dropped. They'll pick it up themselves, and it's great. It's great. Also, if you have a foraging buddy alongside with you, your squirrels will also pick up the bonuses that your buddy produces as well. So if they keep it very tidy so you don't have to run around all over the place collecting the various different extra food and things like that. And as you can see, that squirrel just dropped all those and they picked them all up and I didn't have to move. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. But you do have to make sure they are level 4 or higher. Now, when it comes to these companions and when they are available to us, black squirrels are available all day on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Classic squirrels are available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, all day those days. Gray squirrels are available Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Red squirrels are available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then the white squirrel is available on Sundays only. And once you have your squirrel unlocked and are able to equip them, you can also unlock this pose in photo mode. Honestly, I think this pose is way better when you're able to have it be viewed from the side or from the back. But from the front, it's not that great of a pose. But from this angle, it's a pretty cute pose. And I'll have a graphic up on the screen here that pretty much says all this information so you can screenshot it for your ease of use. I will also have these documents in my Discord that will be linked below if you are interested in also finding that information there as well. So that is everything you need to know about squirrels. And the next, we're going to move right along to the Peaceful Meadow. The Peaceful Meadow is right here connected to the plaza, and here we can find rabbits, like this one right here that's jumping around. Now, rabbits are a little bit more tricky than squirrels, but they're not too hard to get used to. Their liked food is pretty much any fruits or vegetables that are grown from a seed, like melons, cosmic figs, grapes, pineapples, things like that. But I've always pretty much just given them their favorite food, which is carrots. And whenever you find a rabbit, we're gonna have to play tag with them. So run up to where they are, stand still, and the rabbit will run off somewhere. And after a little bit, we'll go back right to where they landed. We see they're over there, so we'll go over, chase them. Now, if we started chasing them as they're running, they'll just run even further. So I say stand in one place, wait for them to stop moving. You'll do that 3 times probably. And then as you can see, we can now approach this rabbit right here. And we will give them their favorite food, the carrot. And since we gave this rabbit its favorite food, we have a chance of getting dream shards, dream memories, or a motif bag. Now, if we gave them just a liked food, we could still get the dream shards and the memory shards, but we could also get lettuce seeds as well. The only time you get the gift is with the first time you feed them that day. So if you want to feed your critters every day, even if you've collected them, mine the gifts. I think that is a wonderful use of your time, especially if you're low on dream shards or if you want the opportunity to get as many motif bags as possible. Now, when it comes to rabbits, you need to feed them on 2 separate days before you can get them as a companion that you can run around with. If you feed them 2 times in one day, you'll see this down here, this icon that has a check mark by it, says that we've already fed this rabbit, so it will not count towards getting a gift or for making progress on equipping this white rabbit. We'll have to come back another day when the white rabbit is available in order to have them as a companion that runs along beside us. Now, there are a couple different variants of rabbits here that we can have. We have the black rabbit that is available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The brown rabbit that is available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. The classic rabbit is available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The calico rabbit is available only on Thursdays, and the white rabbit here is available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And then the blue rabbit, the yellow rabbit, the pink rabbit, and the envy rabbit are all available to get through events and not through feeding them carrots like these others are. Rabbits, as long as they are level 4 or higher, will give you bonuses in gardening. So as long as you have them equipped while you're gardening, you can see that they are giving me extra carrots. So I will have more carrots than what I've just harvested and planted. And they will run around collecting those extra carrots so I don't have to collect them myself. but I can. And as you can see right there, I got 44 carrots out of a plot of 25 carrots. And here you can see what happens when your rabbits level up. As you do different things with them equipped, they will slowly level up just like any of your villagers or your horses or things like that. When they reach level 2, they'll gift me 3 carrots. At level 3 is whenever they're able to hold an extra line of storage for you. At level 4, it's when they're able to do the bonus of harvesting more carrots or more gardening things with us. And then at level 5, they give us an item. And when you finally get to unlock the bunnies and have them equipped, you can also unlock this pose inside photo mode right here. While this pose might not look great head on, it does look pretty grand from the side. Although don't actually hold a bunny like that in real life. They will be mad at you and jump out of your arms very fast. It's not a safe way to hold a rabbit at all. Next, we are here at Dazzle Beach for our next companions. And so here at Dazzle Beach, once you unlock it, you'll be able to get seahorses. No, incorrect. And once you have Dazzle Beach unlocked, you'll be able to get sea turtles, which is so very exciting. Now, let's go see if we can find a sea turtle. Their favorite food is any type of seafood. So these scallops and shells that you can find on the beach, or shrimp from blue ripples in the water, work wonderfully. But if you want to feed them their favorite food, the sea turtle's favorite food is seaweed. And seaweed you can actually get from fishing just in the regular water. You won't get it instantly, but there is a higher % chance of getting seafood like this right here. But you can also get fish from fishing outside of the ripples. You can get basic type of fish. But that is how you get the seaweed, and seaweed is sea turtles' favorite food. Now, when we find a sea turtle, I'll let you know how to approach them, because they are very, very shy little critters. Okay, so there's this turtle right there. As you can see, they're just playing in the grass. They look really happy, but as soon as we get closer to them, they're going to tuck away in their shell. So we just have to wait for them to come out. Of their shell. We have to just stand here, wait patiently. And I've been told that if we drop food in front of them, like the seafood or the seaweed, that they'll pop out faster. But I've never officially tried that. So let me know if you've tried that and if it works or not. But see, only a little patience, and now we are able to approach this happy little sea turtle. And I'm gonna give them the seaweed because that's their favorite food. But like I said, scallops, shrimp, any type of seaweed would work as well. And as you can see, because we gave them its favorite food, it actually dropped a motif bag for us. Now, if we only fed the sea turtle its liked foods, there would have been a chance for not only the dream shards and the memory shards, just like its favorite food, but we also could have had a chance of getting coconuts as well. Now, with sea turtles, the maximum amount of times that you need to feed them is actually a little bit different. These little guys, you need to feed them at least a minimum of 3 times. And then the maximum of how many times you need to feed them is kind of random. So you could get it on the 3rd day of feeding them, but also it could take maybe 6 days. But it's never really been too difficult for me to get these guys. So I'd say it's kind of on the lower end. I'd be surprised if it took you 6 different days, but yes, as you can see down here at the bottom, this check mark means that we have already fed this purple sea turtle. So if we were wanting to try to feed them multiple times in order to get them as a companion for us, we would have to wait until the next day that purple sea turtles are available before it would count our other times of feeding them. Now, if you ever have a Dreamlight request that says feed a critter more than one time, or I know sometimes in the Star Path there are duties where you need to feed a sea turtle 5 times, you can feed the same sea turtle 5 times in order for it to count for the Dreamlight duties and the Star Path duties, but it does not count towards bringing the critter into your collection right here. Now, I actually only have 2 of the original turtles that you can feed and collect on Dazzle Beach, but let's still look and see what days you can find all these different critters at. The black turtle is available only on Mondays, all day Monday, but only Mondays. The brown sea turtle is available on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The classic sea turtle is available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The purple sea turtle is available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And the white sea turtle is available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Now, when you have turtles as a companion and they're running around here having a grand old time, the turtles will actually help you with bonuses on fishing. So as long as the turtle is above level 4, whenever you go fishing, there is a high % chance that they will actually produce a bonus fish of whatever fish or seaweed that you caught. That time they didn't do it. They're just running away from me. But whenever they do pop out a bonus, like that right there, they'll pick them up themselves. You don't have to worry about collecting all the droppings that they drop themselves. They pop them out and pick them up to put in your inventory for you. Very, very handy. And once you have sea turtles unlocked and you are able to equip them, if you want to use them in a photo, this is the type of pose you unlock with sea turtles. It's so cute. This is probably one of my favorite poses that you can get. Next, we're in the Glade of Trust to discuss the crocodiles. So when it comes to crocodiles, crocodiles like fish, seafood from the Glade of Trust. Pretty much anything you fish up from in the Glade of Trust, they will like it. But their favorite food, the food that they will definitely love you the most if you give it to them, are lobsters, which you can also find here in the Glade of Trust. And when you find a crocodile, how you approach them is like playing red light, green light. So there's a crocodile right here. If we were to run up to him right now, it'd just instantly run away. Doesn't work. So, where'd it go? Of course it went way over there. Okay. So you're gonna have to pay close attention to the body movements of the crocodile. So as you can see, the crocodile looks alert right now. It's kind of hard to tell in the grass, but that one, the green one, also looks very alert. And then when they look a little bit down, you can move forward. But this green one's alert again, or the blue one's alert again. We can start moving. Oh, it's alert, so we gotta stop moving. And then finally, when you're able to approach him, you'll see he kind of has done this like splat. He's like laid all splayed out on the floor like this, and we're able to approach them then. So crocodiles love lobsters, so let's go ahead and give him one. And because we gave it its favorite food, there was a chance for our gift to be a dream shard, a memory shard, or a motif bag, and we have gotten a motif bag. And because there is another crocodile over here somewhere, we saw the green one, we could feed that one and also get a gift from it as well. But if we try to feed this one again, it has a little check mark down here letting us know we've already fed this blue crocodile for the day, so we cannot, like, if we feed them, we're not going to get any more gifts, and it's also not going to go towards how many feedings you have to do with the crocodiles before they can run along beside you as companions. Now with crocodiles, you have to feed them a minimum of 4 times, but there's no set number of how many times you have to feed them. You could get it on the 5th time, you could get it on the 8th time. It's randomized, but you have to have at least fed them 4 times before you even have a chance to be able to get them. And 4 times means 4 separate days. So that's what I meant by 1 feeding per day that counts. Now let's try to find the other crocodile that was over here. And so we can maybe get a better view of the red light, green light situation of how you approach these crocodiles. There it is. We can see it over there. It kind of looks alert right now. No, it's not alert. You can see them way over there. I'll probably zoom in. Not alert, so we can move towards it. But it is now alert. You can see that their head is higher. They're looking around more. And then now that it's not... oh, well, just kidding. And when it's not alert, their head will kind of lower just ever so slightly until we're able to fully approach when they are splat out on the ground. And as you can see, this crocodile, we didn't give it its favorite food, but we did give it a liked food. So it dropped us, actually, some seeds. So it could have dropped a memory shard, a dream shard, but also cucumber seeds as well. Now, when it comes to the different variants of crocodiles, as you can see, I actually only have 1 crocodile unlocked for myself. But there are various different colors that you can get within your crocodile. You can get the blue crocodile, which is available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The classic crocodile, which is available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The golden crocodile, that's available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. The pink crocodile, that's only available on Saturdays. The red crocodile, that is available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And then the white crocodile, which is only available on Sundays. And as you can see also here, this shows us where we can find them. Glade of Trust, which is where we are in our valley. We can see the schedules that they have. Either it will say all day, and that means you can find them that day somewhere, or it will say not here today. But on the wiki and also in the graphic that I will be posting at the end of the crocodile section, we'll have what days all of these are available on. And then as well as what their hangout bonus is. So if I am to come over here and equip the crocodile that I do have access to, the little cute little green guy, and we go fishing, just like the sea turtles, there is a possibility for them to pop out a bonus little fish of whatever we've caught, or seaweed or things like that, and then they will collect them and pick them up as long as they are level 4 or higher. There we go. My crocodile is level 5. He popped out that bonus squid, so we essentially fished up 2 squids instead of 1. And he picked it up all on his own without me having to do anything about it. And I will say the grass here in the glade makes the red light, green light play situation that the crocodiles do a little bit difficult to see, because it's kind of hard to tell where their head is at in relation to the ground because the grass is so high. So it may take you a little bit to get used to it. Don't chase the crocodiles. Just kind of, if it runs off, see the direction it goes, try to match up with it again and try again. Because if you're just going to chase them, they're going to keep running and you're not going to get anywhere with it. But no matter how many times you mess up with making the red light, green light work the first couple times, you can keep trying over and over, and then eventually you'll get it and the crocodile will love you. Look, it looks like I have 2 crocodiles. And when you have the crocodile unlocked and you're able to equip them for yourselves, the pose that you will have access to in photo mode is this one. Again, just kind of like the squirrels, it's not that great of a pose head on, but if you view it from the side, it's a pretty cute pose. But here on the screen is the graphic, so that way you have easy access to screenshot all the information in regards to crocodiles. Again, I will also have this information in my Discord that you can join in the description down below. Next, we are over in the Forest of Valor, and the critter we can find here are raccoons. Cute little raccoons. Now, raccoons act the same way the crocodiles do. So when we see them, we're gonna have to play a little bit of red light, green light. And as you can see, there's a raccoon over there with Moana. So let's go ahead and walk over. And how we know that the raccoons are alert is by them standing up on their hind legs. So let's go ahead and see if we can get it to stand up on its hind legs. There we go. That is an alert raccoon. So as soon as we see an alert raccoon, we'll stop and then we'll move forward whenever it's not alert until we are close enough to the raccoon. And when we are able to approach, they will plop down and sit very comfortably, and we will feed them their favorite food. So if we just wanted to feed a raccoon something that they liked, we would feed them gooseberries, raspberries, or strawberries, which are other berries from other parts of the valley. Like the raspberries, which we can get in the plaza and the peaceful meadow. But if we want to feed the raccoons something they love, we will give them blueberries, which is what we're going to do today. Now, feeding them these blueberries, we have 3 options for gifts again. Because it's their favorite food, they could give us a dream shard, a memory shard, or a motif bag. We got a dream shard, but if we go find this other squirrel, I will show you what we can possibly get from just feeding them a liked gift. Again, we need to make sure that we are aware of if the raccoon is alert or not, and only move when the raccoon is alert until we are close enough for them to plop down. Like this right here. And we'll feed them one of their liked foods, the raspberry, and the options that we could get as gifts are a dream shard, a memory shard, or garlic, which is what we got today. And if I wanted to come back to this raccoon and feed them again, I could feed this raccoon again, but this down here, this check mark, indicates that we have already fed this raccoon once. So even if I feed this raccoon another one of its liked foods, it will not drop me another gift, and it will also not count towards how many times we need to feed raccoons before they can become our companion. And raccoons need to be fed 3+ times in order to be added as a companion. And that essentially, those 3+ times is essentially 3 different days. So if I didn't have this raccoon friend right here, I would have to come 2 more days minimum that this raccoon color variant is available before I'd be able to get them as a companion. But as you can see, I have all of the raccoon companions unlocked. So let's go ahead and go over what days you can get these little guys. So the black raccoon is available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. The blue raccoon is available on Wednesdays only. The classic raccoon is available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The red raccoon is available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And the white raccoon is available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And as you can see here in this collection guide, we can see what level my raccoons are at, what their hangout bonus is, where to find them, which is the Forest of Valor, where we are, and also if they are available today or not. So you can see that the classic raccoon and the red raccoon, their schedule says all day. But if we look at the white raccoon, it just says not here today. So it won't tell you specifically the days, which is why we have the graphics that I will post at the end of this. So that way you can see all the exact days, but this would let you know, okay, I can at least expect to see the classic raccoon and the red raccoon today. And they're both sitting right behind me. That's so cute. These aren't my raccoons. These are not my critters. These are the wild versions. My companions are right here. These are my little guys. Now, as you can see, this red raccoon is still only at level 1. They can get up to level 5, so this other classic raccoon is fully leveled up. And because they are at 2 different levels, they are able to do 2 different things. Specifically when it comes to the hangout bonus. So let's go over here because their hangout bonus deals with mining. So we'll come over here to this mining node, and as long as your raccoon is level 4 or higher, there's a possibility for them to give you bonus items. Now, both of them will both collect things, see, as they have both picked up different items from when I was mining, but only this classic raccoon, who's a level 5, is able to actually give me bonus items. Even though I only mined in one area, I was able to get a little bit of extra iron and stone because of my classic raccoon. Now, it doesn't happen every time, but it does happen every once in a while. So it's really beneficial to level up your non-leveled up companions like this level 1 raccoon so you can get those bonuses of getting extra stuff without doing all the work. And once you have access to raccoons and you're able to equip them, here is the type of photo you can have when you're in photo mode with them. Next, we are in the Frosted Heights to discuss the foxes. Now, the foxes act a lot like rabbits when it comes to how to interact with them. So let's go ahead and try to find our foxy little friends. I can see one over there by the mining node. So how we're going to approach this fox is by essentially running up to them, standing where they stood. Do not chase after them yet, but once you have seen that they are stopped moving, then we'll go run up to where they are. Again, we'll stay where they stood until they stop moving for again. Meet them, and we're just kind of playing tag, but in like the worst possible way ever. And then eventually we'll be able to go right up to them. They'll be sitting down and we can fully approach them. So foxes, their liked food is pretty much any fish or seafood that is able to be caught in the Frosted Heights. So we could feed them something like this salmon here. But if we want to give them something that they love, make sure to fish in gold ripples in the Frosted Heights so you can get some white sturgeon. White sturgeon is the fox's favorite food. And in doing so, there are 3 options of gifts. Memory shards, dream shards, or motif bags. And as you can see, we got a memory orb right here from giving our fox friend some white sturgeon. And if we were to go up to this fox again, we could feed it again, but because there's this check mark down here, this fox is not going to be able to give us a gift, or it's not going to count towards getting this fox as a companion if we did not already have this color variant of fox as a companion. So really, there's only benefits to feeding your critters and companions once a day. Any more than that, it's kind of pointless, unless you just want to do it for fun. But if we were to find another fox, we could still feed that one, like this white one over here. So let's go run up to where it was standing, wait till it stops moving, and then we can meet it where it is again, and just kind of slowly chase it to wherever it wants to lead us, which it seems to want to lead us right by the snowman. As you can see, it's sitting down, and so let's feed this fox a liked gift. Let's feed him some salmon that was caught in the Frosted Heights. And as you can see, we have 3 different options of a gift from when we feed a fox a liked food, like dream shards and memory shards, but also iron ingots. So they are a great source of iron. If you have a bunch of just liked food, or if you have just a bunch of fish or seafood that they would like from the Frosted Heights, definitely a great place to get some iron if you need it. Now, in order for either of these foxes to be our companions, we'll have to have fed them 5+ times. So essentially on 5 different days, we need to come back whenever the classic fox and the white fox here are available to feed. And then after we've fed them 5+ times, which could mean 6 times, it could mean 8 times, it's just 5 times minimum, then we'll be able to add them to our collection. But let me show you all the different color variants you can get. So as you can see, I don't actually have any foxes yet. I only have a dancing lion fox and a rock and roll fox, which one was from the premium shop and another one was from a star path that we had a little while back. But the foxes that you're able to actually interact with and feed in the Frosted Heights, we start off with the black fox here, which is available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. The blue fox, which is available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. The classic fox, which is on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. The rainbow fox is a quest reward. You won't see a rainbow fox just running around naturally. The red fox is all day on Saturday only. And the white fox is available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And as you can see, their hangout bonus comes with fishing. They will act the same as the sea turtles and the crocodiles. As long as you have them equipped while you're fishing, you have a chance of getting bonus fish from them as long as they are level 4 or higher. Even if they aren't level 4, they will still pick up your extra fish that are dropped from bonuses from your fishing buddies if you have those equipped. But once they become level 4, they will be able to also grant you bonuses, just like your fishing buddy is able to. And once you have your foxes and you're able to equip them, the pose that you'll be able to also have access to during photo mode looks like this. Now, this is the pose that you will see a lot of people use on the ground, and they will actually turn off their critters like this. And that way it looks like they're leaning on the ground, reading or doing something else. And they actually have a fox there. They've just made the fox hidden for the photo. And again, here is a graphic with all of that information just laid out there for you. So that way you can easily take a screenshot. And that way you don't have to try to remember all of this information when it comes to foxes. And if you don't want to take a screenshot or you can't, you can always go to my Discord and I will have all of these images there for you to save or reference back to whenever you are ready to tackle getting all these critters for yourself. Now we are going to the Sunlit Plateau. And the Sunlit Plateau has the sunbirds in them. And I'll be honest, the sunbirds are some of the most confusing. Not because they're hard to approach, but because of their food requirements. Now, if you want the easiest version of sunbirds, all you need to do is just have flowers in your inventory. Now with sunbirds, the best way to approach a sunbird is to simply just run up to it the same way you do with squirrels. So you can just run up to them and then approach them. The different color variants of sunbirds determines what their favorite food is, which is very different than all the other critters. I'll have it attached with the graphic and we'll go over which specific flowers each bird wants when we discuss color variants, but overall, the liked food for all of them is just pretty much any flower. So even if you don't want to have to remember any of the flower combinations of like, okay, which one does this one love and things like that, all you have to do is just have a flower in your inventory and they will love it and accept it. Or they'll like it and accept it, I should say. And whenever you give them a liked food, The options of gifts you have are dream shards, like we just got, memory shards, cocoa beans, cherries, and crystals. So they actually have a lot of things that they're able to gift you if you give them a liked flower. Now, if you give them a loved flower, they will only have the ability to drop a dream shard, a memory shard, or a motif bag, just like all the other critters whenever you give them their favorite food. So what I do is I simply just pick up a flower from here in the Sunlit Plateau whenever I'm ready to feed one, and I just worry about feeding them the liked gifts. I do not worry about feeding any of the sunbirds their favorite flower because it doesn't really matter, and honestly, the liked gifts are better than the favorited gifts. And it's a lot less headache. But let's go ahead and go over the variants. I do not have any sunbirds at all, even though they're easy to get, just like the squirrels. I'm just not over here often enough to have gotten them for myself just yet. Now, when it comes to the emerald sunbirds, you can feed them on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and their favorite flowers are any flowers that are yellow or green. The golden sunbird is available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and their favorite flowers are any that are orange or yellow. The orchid sunbird is only available on Fridays, and the color flowers you want to get for the orchid sunbird are pink and purple. And then the red sunbird is available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. They prefer red or blue flowers for their favorite flowers. And the turquoise sunbird is available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And they love green or pink flowers as their favorite ones. And one way that you can kind of help yourself remember this is their favorite flowers kind of match their color variants. So this turquoise sunbird is kind of teal and pink. Teal is a color of green, so it likes green or pink flowers. Same with this orchid sunbird. It likes pink and purple flowers, and its feathers are pink and purple. You can kind of use the bird itself as an indicator of what flowers would be their favorite in case you do want to feed them their favorites. But again, any flower works for any of them, so you don't have to worry about all of that locked up tight in your memory. They will help you pick up flowers. Now, some people will not like their birds picking up their flowers because they use flowers as decorations. So if you are one of those people where you want to have a sunbird as a companion floating around beside you, but you do not want them to pick up extra flowers that you've worked so hard to place down as decorations, if you come over here to the gameplay in settings, you can have your companions select no collecting or only collecting carried items. And this will also affect all of your other critters as well. So if you do no collecting, none of your critters will pick up anything that they're supposed to. And the last thing I have to mention about sunbirds is you have to feed them a minimum of 4 times before you are able to get them as a companion. Like right now, it looks like I have fed this turquoise sunbird a minimum of 4 times. It could be more than 4 times, I don't remember. But I can now equip this little guy as a companion of mine, and he'll run around. And so if we go around to all the different flowers that are over here, maybe we can see as the sunbird goes to collect the flower beside us. Just like that. And when you are able to equip a sunbird, this is the type of pose you can have in photo mode. Hopefully that makes sense. But if it doesn't make sense, I have graphics that also that way it's all written there as well. Now we're in the last biome of the base game valley, which is the Forgotten Lands, right here at the very top above Sunlit Plateau. And here we can access ravens. So in order for us to approach a raven, we will walk up to it. The raven will begin circling over our head, and we just need to stand here and wait until the raven is done circling our head. This is kind of like the turtles, but it doesn't take as long as the turtles do. And then we can fully approach the raven, and we can give them either their favorite food or just a liked food. Now, their liked foods, these ravens are pretty bougie. They like 3-star and 4-star meals, but their favorites, 5-star meals all the way. So whip up some 5-star meals, or 3 or 4, whichever one you want, whether you want to give them a liked or favorite, and give the raven that. But yeah, very bougie. They want 5-star meals only. And as a thank you for giving them a 5-star meal, you can get dream shards, memory shards, or motif bags. But if you only give them a liked food, then you have the opportunity of not only getting a dream shard or a memory shard, but you also have the opportunity of getting a whole gold bar from these little birds. And I mean, I only eat the best. So I only have 5-star meals with me here. So I can't get a gold bar today, but if that's something you want, make sure to only bring 3-star or 4-star meals. But yeah, the ravens are really easy to approach. It just takes a little bit of patience and waiting for them to come down from above your head so you can interact with them. Now, when it comes to ravens, I'm in the same boat as I am with the foxes. So I have 2 ravens here, but they are both from events and Star Path rewards from previous Star Paths and things like that. So I do not have any of the ravens that you have to feed. But if you were to feed any of these ravens on 5+ different days, then you would be able to unlock these ravens for yourself to have them as companions running around with you. But let's go ahead and look at the color variants we can get. There is the blue raven, which is available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. The brown raven, which is only available on Tuesdays. The classic raven, which is available on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. The red raven, which is available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then the white raven, which is only available on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. But as you can see, when you have your raven companion with you, they will help you with digging up items. So as long as the ravens are at level 4, they can essentially give you extra bonuses to what you're digging up, just like if you had a digging buddy attached, as well as they will pick up things that you have dug up. So while I don't have an actual regular raven for us to equip, I do have 2 different ravens that we can. So we can still see what it looks like when we dig things up. So if I just go out here and I'm digging things up, you will see that the ravens are now going over there and picking up what I've dropped. So I don't have to stop my digging. I can just keep on keeping on. And then eventually, as I'm digging, they have the possibility of duplicating what I've gotten. I mean, as long as it's not money. They won't necessarily duplicate money, but as you can see, one of my ravens just dropped an extra bit of dirt for me there, which is very helpful. And also, if we dig up digging spots, like that night shard right there, they will also pick those up as well. And once you have the raven unlocked and you're able to use it in photo mode, the pose that you also unlock is this one right here. I love how the raven leans its head into your face and you kind of nuzzle each other. Now, granted, I'm doing this with a very emo bird, so it doesn't look like this bird loves me that much, but if you're doing this with a regular raven, it could look really, really cute. And again, here is a graphic that has all of the information about ravens, so that way you don't have to remember it all yourself, but that is the final critter that we can get access to in the base game. So if you only have the base game, here are all the critters you can get. This is how you can get them, and I hope you have the best time collecting them all. But I am going to do a part 2 of this video that has all of the expansion pack critters in. So that way, if you have A Rift in Time, Wish Blossom Ranch, Storybook Vale, and you want to know more about those critters, definitely keep a lookout for part 2, because that is where all of those critters and companions will be. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully this helped with all of your critter collecting that you're doing in your valley and makes it a little bit easier, or maybe makes you want to feed your critters some more because you need some iron or gold or different things like that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below what is your favorite critter that you have, whether it is one you've purchased from the premium shop, you've gotten from the Star Path, or even one that you have fed and collected in your valley. And if you're interested in seeing that's the second part of this series, where we continue on with our critter companion guides as I go over all the expansions in one video, definitely hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that video, because it will be sooner rather than later. And also, you can subscribe so that way you don't miss any of the fun we have here, whether it is through live streams where we play a lot of cozy life sim and management type games like Disney Dreamlight Valley, or if you just want to see other videos, whether they are tips and trick guides or us exploring new fun games, we have it all here. But I greatly appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully I helped you. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll happily explain stuff. Or if you have tips and tricks about the companions that maybe I didn't mention or I forgot to mention, also leave those down below as well. But with that being said, I guess the only thing I have left to say is bye!